In my spare time in Saudi Arabia, I did lots of things. We worked out a lot, we went swimming. There's lots of things, lots of shopping. You can go to the souks and check out, which is like an outdoor bazaar there. So you check out all the different things that Saudis have to offer and kind of see what their culture is all about. Lots of shopping. And then spare time when it comes to actually going on vacation. We were on holiday, I feel like all the time, which was lovely. I did a lot of traveling while in Saudi Arabia. Basically, I was getting out and traveling probably every 4 months. So I was there for 3 years, for instance, and I went to 14 different countries. When I came back, my passport was full. It wasn't expired, just all the pages were used up. So you're traveling a ton. The opportunity for travel is phenomenal over there. So we were always out and about. Like, as soon as you get back, you're planning your next vacation. It's constant. It's great. The expat culture in Saudi Arabia is what you make it. So there's tons of events going on all the time. Like it's hard to get it, but honestly, the social life over there rivals the social life you can have over here because there's always events going on. There's embassies throwing parties, there's brunches for Easter, there's military parties, there's balls. You can get dressed up and go to these nice elaborate balls. But again, it's what you make it. So when people are inviting you out, when you first get there, you're getting invitations left, right, and center. Say yes and go to as many as these events as you can possibly go to. And from those events, you can see what you like and you can kind of develop the people you want to spend your time with. And then from there, every weekend, if you want, you can be going out to some different event. It's a really good time, but you have to say yes to these invitations. You have to explore and take these opportunities to go out and see what it's all about because it's really a good time. And if you don't, you're missing out. When you go to these events, yes, you leave the compound in your abaya and you're dressed appropriately for the Saudi nationals and out of respect for the Saudis. But once you get to these compounds or wherever your destination is, you can take off your abaya and it's like you're in North America again. You would think Saudi Arabia, with the abayas and the women being covered, that fashion might not be high on their priority list. Completely wrong. Fashion is huge in Saudi Arabia. The women, maybe they can only show their feet and their arms and their eyes, but they have designer sunglasses, beautiful handbags, beautiful shoes, beautiful jewelry, things like that. So if you're into fashion, you're into shopping, they have it all there. Shopping is a huge pastime in Saudi Arabia. The malls are packed all the time. And it's great because it's tax-free. As a Western woman living in Saudi Arabia, I found it okay. Obviously, it's different. When you first get over there, it's culture shock, which is expected because it's completely different culture than what we're used to over here. As a woman, I felt okay. I felt fine. Everything is divided over there. There's women's section and family section or men's section. So there is like a disconnect between men and women. You're not really supposed to communicate with men, but you just respect their culture when you're out and about and you're fine. You really shouldn't run into problems unless you kind of go looking for them. How did I feel about not being able to drive? It was fine. I liked having a driver. And it wasn't a problem. The hospital has like a hired cab service, basically, that you call up and they show up and drive you wherever you want to go. And what I actually did when I first got over there, the drivers are usually like, take my number or whatnot. And so I had a driver. I had my own like personal driver the whole time I was over there. So me and him kind of made our own like deals on how much we were going to pay to go to certain destinations, and he was always there every time I needed him. And so you can do that. A lot of women have like probably maybe 2 or 3 drivers in their phone that they call, and it's not that expensive. The cost of living in Saudi Arabia, I find, was very low. First of all, the hospital's paying for your accommodation, so right there you don't have to worry about rent or anything like that. The only thing you're really responsible for is your cell phone, cable if you want it, cable and internet if you want it, and then food and entertainment. Food, I find, was really reasonable over there, if not cheaper than what it is over here, especially living in Toronto. But food, I found, was really cheap. Entertainment, it wasn't expensive at all because you don't have like movie theaters to go to or bars to go spend your money on. Your entertainment is just usually going to a compound or going to somewhere on the diplomatic quarter and going to a party. So really, you're not spending a lot of money on entertainment. You're spending money on travel, but in Saudi Arabia itself, cost of living is very low. I guess one thing I want to say is that this experience is not necessarily for everyone. Maybe it's not for everybody, because it is what you make it. You have to have a little bit of an adventurous spirit. You have to be willing to try something different. And the best advice I got when I went over there was to say yes to everything. Find out what you like, find the people that you mesh with, find the activities that you enjoy, and then you go at it. You go at it full force. You have maybe just a couple of years there, so why not enjoy it to the max? If you don't, if you choose to sit around and not be social, then that's on you. So life is what you make it. So if you're gonna make this decision, go for it. Give it 110%.